At the opening ceremony of the Paris Olympics, the U.S. Olympic delegation came out 204th, and James stood at the very front of the parade, standing erect and holding the flag as the rain poured down. It was clear the star-studded U.S. men's basketball team was one of the most talked-about groups at the opening ceremonies, and James was the star of the superstars. This is James' fourth Olympics, and he previously won 2 gold medals and a bronze. The Paris Olympics, another redemption tour for the U.S. men's basketball team, as the U.S. men's basketball team failed to win the 2023 Men's Basketball World Cup, aims to defend U.S. men's basketball glory in Paris. "The rain can't stop us," James said. He has received rave reviews for his successful performance as the flag bearer of the U.S. Olympic delegation. James' former teammate and Thunder guard Caruso retweeted the photo in question and commented, "Some say, James is the best flag bearer. What do you think?" Caruso was supporting James in this way. James was doubly honored about being a flag bearer. "It's an honor to represent the United States on the global stage, especially in a time when the world is united. For a kid from Akron, this responsibility means a lot not only to me, but to my family, all the kids back home, my teammates, Olympic partners, and so many ambitious people across the country." James has had a significant impact on U.S. men's basketball's Olympic history, ranking 3rd all-time in U.S. men's basketball history with 273 total Olympic points, 1st all-time in total assists with 88, and tied for 2nd in total games played with 24. James became the first men's basketball player to be selected as a flag bearer for the U.S. Olympic delegation after women's basketball player Dawn Staley was the flag bearer for the 2004 Athens Olympics and women's basketball player Sue Bird was the flag bearer for the 2021 Tokyo Olympics. The U.S. delegation was the penultimate to come out for the opening ceremony, which was well into the night, and the rain was getting heavier, with many wearing raincoats, and James was no exception. The U.S. delegation is the largest to participate in the Paris Olympics, with 592 athletes. The tall James was very visible at the front of the crowd holding the flag. In between the opening ceremony, James held the flag in one hand and his cell phone in the other to video link with his mother as he excitedly shouted, "Mom, we did it." James's 4th Olympic Games have what different feelings? To the old James said, "I think the difference, it's always a new experience, new team members, some people have never participated in the Olympic Games before, you just want them to witness all the moments here in Paris." Curry's popularity was such that a number of people approached Curry for a photo before boarding the boat. Curry also pulled out a small plastic bag containing a number of badges. He started a badge exchange business, and other athletes to exchange. Surrounded by Curry, including the U.S. women's table tennis team of 3 Big Zhangan, Wang Amy, Song Jiayu, and other players. This is the first Olympics for Curry, who represented the U.S. men's basketball team in the 2010 and 2014 Men's Basketball World Cups, but missed the previous Olympics. That's why he especially cherishes this trip to the Olympics, with one goal in mind, and that's to win the gold medal. The 12 athletes of the U.S. men's basketball team were one of the most popular groups at the opening ceremony, with many people seeking them out for photos. With the Eiffel Tower as a backdrop, the 12 members of the U.S. men's basketball team took a group photo that will become even more meaningful if the U.S. men's basketball team wins the Olympic gold medal in Paris. The Chinese men's basketball team failed to perform up to the standard required to qualify for the Paris Olympics straight through to the 2023 Basketball World Cup, while a defeat against the Philippines cost them the chance to qualify for the Olympic qualifiers. The Chinese men's basketball team had led at one point in the group stage, but suddenly collapsed in the 3rd quarter and was turned around by the Philippines, eventually losing 75-96. This game not only cost the Chinese team the chance to go through to the Olympics, but also lost the qualification to participate in the Olympic qualifiers. The loss also led to the Chinese men's basketball team's worst World Cup, World Championships, performance in team history. The Chinese men's basketball team has not been performing well in recent years. Since its first participation in the Olympics in 1984, until the 2016 Rio Olympics, the Chinese men's basketball team had participated in 9 consecutive Olympic Games. However, the reform of the International Basketball Federation (IBF) system in the Tokyo Olympics cycle and the loss of home games made the Chinese men's basketball team not qualify for the Olympics for the first time. In order to return to the Olympic stage, the Chinese men's basketball team has done a lot of work, including the replacement of the head coach, the introduction of naturalized players, etc. But in the end, still a failure. 2 consecutive years without the Olympic Games, this is undoubtedly a major blow to the once brilliant Chinese men's basketball team. This not only means that the national team needs to make lineup and coaching staff adjustments, but also exposes the shortcomings of Chinese basketball in terms of overall strength and training level. The Chinese men's basketball team needs to face up to these problems and gradually narrow the gap with the world's strongest teams by upgrading the level of the league and strengthening player training.